So first off, since I'm gonna do the roof, I need to finish this. So it's only fastened in this one hole, and that's the one like this. So that's the only thing keeping this shelf up on both sides. And this one is, I tried to cut it after this, but it didn't work properly. Anyway, it's not that bad. It's unmovable. It's stuck. It's not gonna fall down. For the curtain, I'm just using this kind of curtain rod that is a cheap one. And then I cut for the brackets that I have this shelf under. Let's see. Oh my god, sorry. Under here you can see I have two brackets like this, L-shaped brackets that are in this one. And the reason you see this one is because under here is a little, it's the other side of the screw, which I'm going to put these knobs on. But first I'm going to get rid of this red color, and I'm going to put on some of this fabric on this one, and then I'm going to use this one and put on the screw holes so nobody's getting hurt. That's why I'm having this, just so nobody's getting hurt. So I have to take these down, just 2 screws to get this down, and then it's stuck on the lip over here with 3 brackets. And as you can see, I've been taking them on and off and on and off and trying to fix this, because the front here is not straight. It's a little bit of an edge, and it's also higher and lower and higher again. So I'll show you a little bit more how I've been, well, you can see it a little bit here. So you can see here the shelf come up, and then I cut it so it became straight. And then in the back here there are these little, let's see if I can film it, these little bits here, and of course I was able to fit this straight over there, so I had to take a plier and try to wiggle it off, which I did, so this sits now securely in here. This is a low top car, so the space in here is not as huge as it looks in many videos. Like we have about, this opening here is about 10-12 centimeters high. So you don't have much room to play with, but still this is a large space to stuff things, and I think I can put all my clothes in here without a problem. And then I'm gonna have the underbed storage, so I'm gonna have enough storage. I can show you some of the things I missed on. As you can see, I missed on the cutting quite a bit. Quite a bit, because what happened is I just tried to put this on and then tried to draw around it, and here I was drawing like this, you know, and I couldn't get it all the way up. I didn't know what up was. I was just holding it, and this is what happened. I was drawing like this because I thought it was gonna flush with this one, but it is not flushing with this one. So that is something you have to keep in mind when you're doing this. And as you can see, here's the curtain rod resting on the brackets. And what I did is just I cut some holes in here. It wasn't the easiest job, but it worked. But yeah, so, but anyway, what's nice about this is that I get the light in here, so it's not as dark as it would be if I had cut it correctly. So I guess I'm not going to be angry about it. Everything works in a way. Only thing I have to be careful is that things can, smaller stuff can roll down and fall out, but I'm not going to put small items in here, because they're probably just going to roll and get stuck in the front here. But as you can see, I can go all the way in the back here, so it's not going to be that much of a problem. But anyway, because this shelf is actually not that big. This is because you have the holders in here, you have the flops, the sunscreens are in here, and then you have a little edge and then you have like this much of a space in between here. So this shelf is actually not that big as it might look. So yeah, building this extra edge here is helped amazingly, and there's still a lot of headroom. So I had taller friends in here and they have not had a problem. They had a little bit of a problem with this one, so I should probably move it, but I put it like this because then I can do for heat or for light like this. And also the curtains is not split in the middle, and that's because of this extra fabric that I put on here. So they're split on the side. What I could have done is made a bigger side panel. I might do that later, but I don't think I'm gonna bother. This one is just kept in place with magnets. And as you can see, when you cut the curtains, make sure to get that little edge, because this is not a straight car. You're not in a straight box, you know. It's curves. It has curves like a beautiful little lady. So yeah, so make sure when you make curtains that you make up for the edges that you have here. They works. That's the most important part. So yeah, let's pull this thing down. So this is size T27 torque, but I guess a 30 torque would also work. This is the screw that followed with the back wall that I took down. And as you can see, even if the shelf isn't hung, it's still up. It just fall down, because now I have to do like this, and then you can see it's hanging. I'm going to show you a little bit better. Let's see if I can get you off this. And here you can see how it's connected. So as you can see, I've been cutting into this because it's going up. It's not straight, and it's also not straight in front. It's going a little bit out, so I have to take off a little bit on the shelf here to get a tight fit. And as you can see, it was really good. So all I have to do is lift this up. I need my both hands for this, so yeah. Come on. Just sit it back. Oh my god, this was difficult. I did not plan for this. Let's see here. So as you can see here, it's the shelf. I should probably have made a little bit more space. And as you can see here is the L brackets. And this is just a really thin piece of plywood that's keeping the shelf in place. And then you have the brackets. I just used some brackets that I had, some L. And here you can see I've been shaving it off. Ouch. Just to get, and here you can see that it's going down and up again, and it's going out a little bit. So just keep that in mind when you're building the shed. As you can see here, there, and I had to make it on top of that one too. So that's also something that you need to be aware of is this little piece here. So if I just moved it closer to this and had it between these two, that would be a lot better. So just keep that in mind when you're putting up the shelf. And in the front here I didn't need to cut because it's lower than the sides. So yeah, just bear that in mind when you're doing this. And here we have the shelf. I have used 3 of these to keep it on. As you can see, there's a gap here to put the lip inside. Ouch. And there's a little piece here that I keep to be careful with. And then I have the L brackets going down, and then the knit that is resting on. And then it's just this one hole. And this is just for, and that is for, you can see the cutout here. It's going up like this. And it's supposed to be resting against this, and it's working. The shelf is really sturdy. It doesn't move at all. I think that's because of the cutouts here. It's not, even in bumps and rumps and stuff, it's not moving around at all. And I know some people just make a whole piece like this to fasten in all those screws that are there, and then just make an opening, pretty opening or something. I did not, but so anyway you do this is up to you. I did it this way, and as you can see, with a minimal of effort, it works. So yeah. Okay, let's get this show back on the road. So, as I said, you just come on. Okay, they're in their designated spots, and I was just stepping on the carpet here. So they're back in place. Make sure they're good inside. This one is a little bit. And then we take my screws again, put them in through the here, and then we have this one. Now I just make sure I don't step on the curtain, and then lift it back on and get it back into its space. And then we fasten it. There, securely tightened on this side. Let's see if we can put it on the other side too. And it's up again. It looks so much better with this brown instead of the red, because all the red is going to be covered either by carpeting with this carpet or carpeting with something else. And I don't think I'm going to take the shelf down again. And as you can see, it's pretty sturdy. It's not going anywhere. So you don't need more than 2 fastening. And as I said, I cut it like this to stop it from moving from side to side, since I cut the inside a little bit too short. And it works. It's stuck. It's not going anywhere. It's stuck in the front, it's stuck in the back. So I'm happy with it, and I hope this is going to help you build a shelf that's fitting for your needs.